Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, or whatever this is when you're watching the replay, if you do that. How's everybody doing? I'll just wait for a few more people to come in if they're going to. Sorry, we got funky light again. I was thinking of doing this outside on our patio table, but it's going to be a warm day again today, and our backyard faces east. So I thought it would be too hot, and then we get more weird glare and stuff, and I don't know. Didn't really feel like doing it. Because of the summer solstice yesterday. Oh, hello, Kathy. Thanks for coming in. I on the weather this morning and morning, Debbie. Um, the meteorologist said that sunrise was 5:07 this morning, and sunset is 9:22 this evening. I know technically the summer solstice was yesterday, but close enough. So we have 14 hours of daylight or something today. If later on over the summer, if we have a day that's not quite so hot or maybe a little bit of cloud cover or something in the morning, then I can go out there and do it. The window that faces that patio table is directly behind the laptop. Hello, Laura. She says it's super hot in Arizona this morning. Joanna's here. Good morning, friend. Hello, Joanna. Nice for coming. Thanks for coming. Sorry. I'm not working on any projects today because what I have to do coming up is stuff that I can't show you yet. So that's coming though. However, I'm having kind of an issue with my sewing machine. It's not terrible, but the tension's a little funky, I think. I've cleaned it, I've oiled it, I've changed needles, I've changed thread, I've done everything possible. I fiddle with the tension dial. It's okay. I usually get it serviced in December. I was not able to do that last year. So obviously it's protesting now. So the place where I bought it, I can take it in there. They're actually like a subsidiary of another store that's closer into Vancouver. And I can get it fixed. It's about $120 to get it all serviced and everything. And I have to find out later on today what day the parent store, like there's a guy that does them, and he comes and picks them up here on whatever certain day of the week it is. So I got to find that out, and then I can take it in. And I already asked my friend because she's got a kind of a heavy work schedule right now, so she can't use her sewing machine for the next couple of weeks. So to keep myself on track to get all this stuff done I have to get done, she said I could borrow hers. Laura says we are at 100 degrees at 8:30 a.m. and it's supposed to get to 113 today. Sounds like a good idea to stay inside and sew. Yeah, for sure. We are not getting the heat wave here in BC like the heat dome thing like Eastern just did. Yesterday was hot too. I turned on the AC about 10:30 and it was 30 degrees Celsius. Today's about the same, should be. It cools off a little bit tomorrow. Sunday we might get a smidgen of rain, and then Monday or Tuesday are like 24, 25, like a nice warm summer day, but not too hot. Sometimes on those days, though, if there isn't breeze, we just put the air conditioning on for like the afternoon for a few hours, just the hottest part of the day. So we'll see how it goes. But if it's not super hot and there's a breeze good enough, we just leave it because the breeze is fine. Put on fans, it's all good. Yeah, Joe says clean the house when your sewing machine is fussy. Yeah, I have to do a little bit of that this weekend. My husband and I are going to bring some of the pots. We organized a bunch of flowers downstairs in pots, my daughter and I, a couple weeks back, and then it wasn't really great weather to move them. We just kind of kept them under cover, and then we got a couple of them moved, and then we had all that rain and thunderstorms and everything last weekend, and so everything's a bit delayed. I mean, the garden is going great. That's fine. The pots are fine. Nothing's dead. We just have to move them into position and organize properly, and then it's good to go. My husband wants to. We have one of those, the gazebo cover things. It's like 4 legs wire, and you put the cover over top. It's right outside the window behind. I'm looking at it right now, and there's another one for downstairs, so that's got to go on. It's just sort of organizing and tidying up now that has to happen. Oh, and as of last weekend, my husband and I are officially empty nesters, except for the 2 dogs, obviously. And Henry is solo today because about 20 minutes ago, our daughter came and picked up Ferris to take him to the clinic because she's knocking him out and doing his teeth. Oh, Debbie says try changing to a new spool of thread. That fixed my tension problem. I tried, Deb. I tried. I was using Orfil, which my machine doesn't seem to like all that much anymore anyway. So I thought, well, okay. So I took out a Gutermann 100% cotton. It was slightly better. I just think it needs a tune-up, is all. I think it's been too long without a going over. And it needs it. Which is fine. It's just timing's not that great. But my friend's massively busy at work and she can't sew right now anyway. So she said she'd give me her machine. A couple weeks. I don't know how long they'll take to fix it. In the past, it's been like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Housekeeping stuff. Well, I'm thinking before I forget. Actually, not that you guys need to do this. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm put on that buy me a coffee thing. I set myself up for it. So I'll put the link when this comes out. I'll put a link down in the description. I don't always remember to put it on my videos, honestly. I forget about it a lot of the times. Whatever. It is what it is. But it does. If you guys don't want to do it, don't worry about it. It's just a thing. I'm just happy that you guys all come around and watch my lives and chat and watch videos and leave comments, and it's great. I'm nearly at 1,100 subscribers now. Like, that was kind of quick. But all good. So far, so good. Having fun. And I've met all you nice people. Kind of runs the gamut of different communities. I have my quilty friends. I have crafty friends. I have traveling friends. I'm starting to get floss tube friends, although I haven't done anything with my cross stitch in a while. I didn't completely abandon cross stitch, though, even when I started quilting, because before the pandemic, we used to go to the library, the bunch of us. If you guys have seen my video of me walking around from my house over to the library and the school and the rink and all that, you'll see how close it is. We used to go on a Wednesday morning and meet up. It'd be like, stitch and bitch kind of idea, right? Bring your project, work on it. And sometimes I brought my machine and I was sewing and whatever, my iron, yada, yada. And sometimes I didn't feel like it. So I just brought a little cross stitch thing. So I was working on like little ornaments and little stuff, easily portable little stuff, which I have like partly done. So there's a lot of stuff I probably should finish up and get it done and out of the way and then not sitting around anymore. So I'll probably get back to that over the course of the summer, maybe. Like you say, Laura, too hot, sit inside and stitch, right? Laura says we're empty nesters for a while, but during COVID, we had to move my parents in with us. Her mom passed in 2022, and now we're full-time caregivers for my dad. Yes, I remember you saying that you were looking after your dad, and I'm sorry about your mom. That's too bad. Oh, thanks, Laura. She said, congratulations on your subscriber count. I think this kind of mystery still collab thing is getting me new subscribers because Brenda always talks about it on her channel. And a few people have said, oh, I can't wait to see what you're doing. Well, it's coming. It's coming. That's another reason why I got to get sewing. Actually, tomorrow, the 22nd, the four of us that are doing this collab, we are having our sort of final Zoom meeting. And it's sort of like, okay, here's the final. What are we going to do? Like, right? We all have to do an introductory video, for example. So we have to figure out what we're going to tell you all and when we're going to upload them, et cetera, and who's going to go first and whatever. So that's coming. Oh, hey, Melissa. She says, howdy all. And Kathy says she loves cross stitch. I started doing that like in the early 90s, Kathy, long time ago. I did like for 20 years. I did it before I ever quilted. During the heat of the summer, Joe says she spends more time indoors and make more quilts. Yep. Debbie says I go to a group at our library once a month for hand stitching. Nice to have a variety. Yeah, for sure. That's what I thought. Breaks up the monotony, you know? But I've been so mired for the last year and a bit with that big stitch quilting on that medallion quilt, which, okay, you're going to see this. I took my phone and I went, it's close. I'll probably upload that next week. Finally, it's coming. I can see where I'm almost back around to where I started. It's very close. Laura says she's excited to see the mystery challenge. Yeah, it's only a mystery just because we've had to like keep it secret from you guys while we've been working on it for the last couple of months. That's all. It's not like a monthly mystery or anything like that. Melissa says I cannot cross stitch anymore. Hands won't do it. I can still crochet, but barely. Yeah, that's another reason why I didn't do that much cross stitch anymore, just because of by hand. And the big stitch seems to be not so bad because I did teach myself to do it two-handed. I just don't do loads of it at a time, like a little bit at a time each day. And that seems to be okay. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure, because I don't really have one of those big fancy stands for cross stitch. I just kind of hold that thing. So right now I'm using my Q snaps for the quilt anyway. And I don't have loads of sets of Q snaps. So the quilting has to be basically done before I consider getting back to cross stitch. I might even get it all quilted up by the end of July, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to shoot for that anyways and see what happens. We might be seeing our friends that it's for her son. We might be seeing them at the end of July, maybe. That's the people we were visiting on the May long weekend. They live up in the Okanagan area, like 4 hours away. When I did that video of the Coca Hell in the rain, we were going there. Oh, Melissa asked, did all the participants get the same mystery challenge? Yes, we're all doing it. We're all doing parts of the blocks, Melissa. That'll all be explained when we do the intro. Like, the four of us are doing, I'll kind of give you the skinny right now, because it's coming up. We all had to do there's the center part of each block, right? And then there's a border on the block, and then there's another border on the block. So we were all doing designs for parts of all that. Does that make sense? You'll see later when we get our videos going what I mean by that. So one person does like the center part, and that person will have to do the first video of that block, like, hey, this is my design, this is how you make this, here's the link for the pattern, blah, blah, blah. And then the next person does their part, and you link back to the first person and blah, 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 blah. Melissa says she bought something like the Q-snap tees for paint by number. That's a good idea. Keep it steady. Laura says, I would love to try big stitch quilting. I found a standing quilting hoop at an antique shop and was able to get it for $50, which I thought was a steal. Absolutely. I just have that quilt resting on my dining room table, and I sit on the edge, and the hoop just, well, the Q snap. I got it 11 by 17 by 10, something like that. It's like one large one and one regular size one put together. Practically Creative Melissa says that's a steal, Laura. Laura says the hoop's about 24 inches. That's pretty good. That's a good size. Debbie asks, like a round robin. Yes, yeah, kind of. That's sort of how we wanted to do it, like round robin, but it was too tricky logistically to mail things around. Michelle, Bits and Pieces Quilting, she was in Australia. She's recently moved back to Canada, and she's living in Ottawa again, but she was in Australia at the beginning of this. Future Cat, their channel is, they live in New Zealand. I'm here in BC. Brenda's in Alberta, but at the time she started, she was in Arizona. So, yeah, we weren't about to mail stuff. It was just going to be a logistical and expensive nightmare. So that's why we'll do design round robin. I guess you could call it that. Kinda. I think it'll all work out. We seem to be pretty good with our progress of everything. I'm a little bit slow just because I was working on other stuff and I had to work too, like in actual work, and do stuff for my husband's business, which I have to do after this, and I just didn't have time. The blocks that I have to catch up on are not actually, I'm not actually a part of any of that one. The other 3 people did the block that I'm finishing up on. Melissa says, I have several antiques that I refuse to give up, even though they are too big for my house. I don't have much in the way of antiques. I have my grandmother's old china cabinet. That's about it. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Almost forgot to pay the rent. Yeah, you're right, Laura. She says, yes, Joe, they don't make things like they used to. Yeah, nothing's good solid. Like that china cabinet, I think it may have been even originally my great-grandmother's. It's old. I put the stuff in there that I don't use that much. And it's like pretty teacups and things. Because I got a couple that were my grandma's, and if some were belonged to my late mother-in-law. And it's behind glass. It's fine. Nothing's going to happen to it. Safe. And Joe and Laura say they like vintage fabrics. Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not a vintage girl. I like bright stuff and wild batiks, and yeah, I'm not into vintage particularly. It's too muddy for me. I guess. I mean, when you make a quilt out of it, it looks pretty, right? I mean, the end result, it always looks good. It's just not my cup of tea, particularly. Joe says I didn't hear that. Oh, come on, Joe. Go with the wild batiks. No, I know. I really like that the string quilt you did with all the pinks and the dusty beiges and stuff. That looked really pretty. I like it. Oh, and Melissa likes vintage too. Yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of your stuff too. See, everyone's so talented and it comes out great. And I like what it looks like. It's just not my thing. Right? Laura says the desk in my sewing room was my husband's grandfather from the 1930s, and it is solid. I bet. Bye, Debbie. Have a good day. Jo says she's never bought batiks. Some of them, actually, Joanne, are not even all that wild. It just depends. There's some really good black ones, actually, with little motifs on them. You just got to look around. It's possible. Melissa has her mom's china cabinet, but I don't know when it was bought. Laura says she has a wide collection of fabric, but the vintage is awesome. I have some, and people have given me stuff. That quilt top I did, the big blocks that Kristen, Scrap Perfect Love, she did big blocks. That's hanging up in the closet. That's a lot of vintagey type things that were given to me. I just kind of used whatever I had kicking around. Oh, Melissa says she was gifted fat quarters of Cape Facet, and I'm not. She's lost what to do with them. See, now that stuff is a little bit too wild for me. Some of those tulip pinks are. I know people are fans of them, but some of those are a little crazy. I know Ian's big on them. Oh, Melissa says she does know when Mum's would purchase. I gave my stepdad heck for buying Mum a piece of furniture for her birthday. But you still have it. Laura says when it comes to fabric, I don't discriminate. True. I mean, there's all advantages to it. Like it depends what you do with it too. Obviously. Melissa says I'm considering putting the cape into a turning 20 with some neutrals. That would probably turn out pretty good because the neutrals would offset the bright. Yeah, I think that would look good. Tone it down a little bit, but it would still look cool. I think they would make really cool bags too, like that kind of fun application. Then there's the issue of figuring out what neutral is good with CAFE. They're awfully bright, so I mean, you could always go black. Like you wouldn't want like some sort of like dusty beigey color. It wouldn't really help them much. But something that offsets them really well. Or stark white. You know what I mean? Joe says need a blending fabric too. No, Melissa, stark white wouldn't be good. Yeah, maybe not. What color are they? Are they all wild? Laura's working on a hand-pieced 2-inch finished square quilt. I'm doing completely scrappy. Completely scrappy is good, but 2 inches? Hand-pieced? Good Lord, woman. My hands are cramping up just thinking about it. I'm totally down with scrappy. Looky-loo there. I haven't touched it. We're not even going to go there. Melissa says it's red, blue, green, yellow, orange, and some huge flowers. I'd go black. Personally, that'd be me. Black. Just whatever. Black goes with everything, right? Oh, Laura's trying to recreate one her grandma always had in her bed. I see. This collab with the four of us is. Some people are. I've seen. We all do pictures every now and again. And some people are using their fabric. They have like a lot of one type of fabric. So you're doing it kind of cohesively. Mine is going to be all over the place. The idea is to use what you have. Don't buy anything. Now, unfortunately, I did have to buy a white Toscana blender because I didn't have enough. I have bits and pieces of white, but not that much. But I bought a big whack of it because I will use it for at least 2 other projects coming up that I need it for. But other than that, I'm pulling everything out of my pile of whatever. And some of it, little bitty pieces, like 1 inch squares for stitch and flip. So yeah, use up your little bits of stuff. Some of it's foundation paper piecing. Use up your little bits of stuff. Melissa says black might be good. I do have black background fabric. You might have to do like a fabric toss and just see what it looks like against the black. Shady Susan's here. Sorry I'm late. Had to go get blood work done today. No problem, Susan. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And yes, sorry, if somebody asked if I have allergies, I do kind of. I had to get allergy shots and all that way back when, and it does help, but I'm allergic to grass. So yeah, that's sorry if I get a sniffy nose, that's why. It seems to be the sun too. I don't know. Makes me sneeze or something. I don't know. Whatever. Laura says she buys black and white by the bolt. I'm always reaching for it. Yeah, I have to replenish my stash of Kona black because I have some. I'm going to put a black binding on that medallion, and I think I have just enough to go around. It's, what's the quilt, 70? No, hang on. Memory. 64 by 64-ish. And I think I have enough black to go to do the binding. And then I'm pretty much skunned out of black. So to buy more. Oh, this is just don't pick it on camera. I saw that on another live a few days ago. No, just it gets drippy, sort of. Occasionally, mostly what my problems are in the morning is my dribbly eye. That's the worst of it. That would be good. Oh, I'm up early this morning. I've got the blinds pulled down in the bedroom, so it doesn't come, light sun doesn't come in at 5:15. But the dogs are, oh, it's light out, yeah. Melissa says, Susan, I have to sign out of that one. What's everybody up to for the weekend? Laura says she was watching a video I had to turn off because they were chewing gum. Ew. Melissa says it's noon in Florida. Yeah, it's 2 minutes to 9 for me. I've already been to town and picked up groceries. We are having a relatively quiet weekend. Not too much going on this weekend. Melissa says, Laura, I wonder why folks do that or eat their meal while on camera, especially if they're on a cooking channel. Yeah, I'm saying if you're cooking something. I mean, you guys did see me eat that strawberry with the sour cream and brown sugar, but that was just, I did that one kind of as a lark, as a short, just to show you guys. But I don't generally eat on camera. I think that don't even want to see you smacking away. Kathy is working on her sunray quilt. That's going to be beautiful. I haven't been on your live much, Kathy. Well, I pop in and have a look. I've got no time. Bad. Yesterday, my husband left early to pick up his aunt from the ferry terminal. The ferries that go back and forth from Vancouver Island all the time, and one of the terminals where you can get it from or whatever is south of Vancouver. So he had to leave early yesterday morning to go pick her up because she's staying with my father-in-law. That's her brother. And then he's going to pick her up like at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning and take her back. So that's sort of his day. And then we have to fiddle around in the garden a bit. And the kids will be coming back on Sunday because after our daughter moved out, we've been feeding her on Sunday. And then last week, our son moved out with his girlfriend. And now so the kids will all be back and we'll be feeding them something on Sunday. Next weekend is our long weekend. So hang on, when's my next live? The 5th, I think. 2 weeks from now. Okay, so that's the 5th. So my American friends, you might not be able to join. I get that because you have your long weekend. Depending if you're around or not. I'm going to do live whatever. I'll just be on. But Canada Day is the 1st, July 1st, and that's the Monday previous. So our long weekend is next weekend. Next Saturday, we're going to my mom and dad's because we have dinner group. I think I've talked to you about you guys that before, and we go like around to each other's houses and host. And unfortunately, one of the couples can't come because we found out, not to go into huge detail, but he has cancer. It's not terrible, and he's going to get treatment, but they can't come. So they're going to miss this one. So there's only another couple, our cruising friends, plus my husband and I, and my mom and dad. And my mom and dad's theme is Polynesia. So my husband and I were doing Appy, so we have a few things planned, and we'll just go have a nice dinner at my mom and dad's. And then we are having people over on Canada Day on the 1st for like barbecue stuff. And we're making paella, you know, that Spanish rice dish. We've got one of those flat pans, and you put chicken and fish and, you know, whatever, sausage, etc. in it, and salad and bread and whatever. Some of our friends are coming from Langley. Yeah. Kelly says, at least you know they're getting one good meal a week. Yes, Melissa. Well, actually, my daughter is a pretty good cook. So her buddy she moved in with her best friend. They've been best friends since like grade 2, something like that, like ages ago. The other girl doesn't cook that much. She's like sous chef kind of. But our daughter knows how to cook. She used to message her dad from college. Dad, how do I make this? Dad, how do I make this? My husband's a really good cook. So she's fine. My son and his girlfriend, they'll muddle along. Oh, hello, Gladys, the confident quilter. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. What did Melissa say about drinking? Hang on. And I got to scroll back up for a second. Got that. Melissa says, I wonder if it bothers folks that I drink from my cup while on camera, but I lose my voice if I don't hydrate. Well, yeah, water's fine. You guys see me drink coffee all the time. I don't think that's weird. Having a drink of something. Lots of people do it. Laura Lynn always drinks tea or water on hers all the time. I get it. You're talking. Voice goes, right? Laura says drinking doesn't bother me. See? Same. I drink water all day long, so I understand hydrating. Absolutely. Melissa says Wayne, that's her husband, makes fantastic paella. I love that stuff. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? We haven't had it in a long time, so that's when we thought, hey, let's do this. And it makes a big pile of it. You can't make it like a small amount of it, so you might as well have people over to eat it. Guess who Nancy popped in? Hello, Nancy. Nice to see you. Like usual. Yes, Melissa. Laura Lynn always does cheers. I think it's cute. Yeah, I will be on water pretty quickly here. I usually drink like a tall juice glass. I usually try to drink 4 of those a day. Sometimes I put lemon in it. usually. Yes. Melissa says paella is a share dish no matter what. It's kind of like soup. Soup grows. You can't make a little bit of soup. And the pan is what? It's like, I don't know, 20 inches across or something. It's a big pan. Melissa says try crushed ice and lime. Oh, see, now have put lime, like it'll cut up chunks of lime in it. Crushed ice though, that's different. I usually just use a cube. Oh, okay, good to know. Melissa says we use the big cast iron pan to make paella. Yeah, that works too. The pan we have is pretty much, it's not like that black cast iron, but it's really heavy. It's heavy duty metal, heavy. Yeah. So we have one of those gas gas fire pit things. We use it to take camping when the fire ban's on, so we still have a fire and sit around. It's not great, but it's something. So my husband's going to take out there's little like lava rock type like briquettes in the bottom of it. And then there's like a ring around the top of it. So he's going to take the little briquette things out. And it's exactly the round right size to put the paella pan on top of it. So you just have the gas going underneath, pan on top. Yeah, that's how it's going to work. Crushed ice seems to make it all slushy. Right. Never thought of that, Melissa. Okay, I'll give it a go. Oh, hello, Rita. Rita's Roost. Hello, Kelly and everyone in chat. Oh, I have lots of people joining me today. Rita's Roost, the hardest working woman on YouTube. Oh, absolutely. How the heck do you do it, Rita? And you got your store going now and everything? Oh, my goodness, woman. I think you and Laura Lynn, like, crazy. I got no time. I mean, I hardly can even get to talk to you guys every other week. And then do more than this. But I have like half an hour to 45 minutes of downtime on every other Friday morning. And then I'm off and running the rest of the time. Rita says she's babysitting the grand girls. So I've played all morning. So now you need to sit and rest, right, Rita? It's only 9:07 here. So my day's not really got going too much yet. The dogs were completely confused why they didn't get breakfast this morning, though. Because they were around 7 o'clock. They're looking at me like, but Ferris is getting knocked out to get his teeth done, so he can't eat anything. So as soon as our daughter picked Ferris up, Henry got his breakfast. He's looking at me like, oh, finally. Poor dog. Starving. Melissa says every time I refresh my homepage, there are several Rita videos to choose from. Yep. Oh, Rita says, Mommy, yeah, she's got the 1 and 3-year-old. That's fun. I don't have grandchildren yet. I have grand bunnies. My daughter took them with her when she moved. Next week, Ferris did have a grooming appointment with the lady up the hill. There's a hilly area south of town. Some of it's still farmy up there, but there's some housing developments too. And she lives up there, and she grooms most of the Bernese Mountain Dog group. That's how we got her name. And Ferris has been seeing her for a while. We even took Max to her when he was younger and could get around and wasn't ill. So Ferris has an appointment for next Wednesday, but Ferris is actually not in too bad of grooming shape, shall we say. But Henry's there's an aroma. It's not horrible, but he definitely needs to be scrubbed up and cleaned up more so than Ferris does right now. So he's going to take the appointment over instead and go meet Deb and get cleaned up. He's not too bad. His people that he used to live with groomed him, but Like they trimmed all the feathers off the back of his legs and stuff, and he looks kind of funny. So he needs to be properly groomed, and like he can meet Deb and let everything grow out. Because Ferris has like feathers all down the back of his legs and a big fronty tail. And you guys have seen video of Ferris, right? We like, yeah. So. Oh, hi, Millie. Rita says, can you say hi to Millie? She is listening. Hello, Millie. That's cute. And Kathy's saying hi to Millie, too. Melissa says you got the fun part of that shopping trip, Rita. I'm sure. That's cute. You got a big smile. Good. I bet she's adorable. So I hope when this replay comes up, it's better. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm pretty good about getting rid of old files and old crap and everything. And but I did that particularly because my husband went through everything and he says, try this. He's kind of a techie guy. So I dumped even more than usual. And I also don't have anything else, no other applications going. I only have StreamYard loaded. That's it. That's the only thing that's on my laptop right now that's working is StreamYard. So I hope, fingers crossed. I don't know what happened last time. I've been doing this every 2 weeks for 8-9 months, and most of the time my replays are okay. Every now and again there's a little stutter here and there, but it's not like last time was awful. I don't know what the heck was going on with that. So we'll see. If not, I don't know. Might try to do lives just with YouTube Live, and I won't be able to schedule. I'll just come on and do live, and we'll see. Your camera's focusing on your iron instead of you. Okay, well, let me go this way. I was sitting the other way because it was kind of weird glare earlier. Is that better? No, see, the problem was last time, Melissa, I don't think you joined it. The live was totally fine. Like, we were talking away. No one said, oh, my God, your video's awful. Like, it was all totally fine. And then when StreamYard uploaded on my channel, I'm watching my replay, and it was like, what the heck is going on here? So something happened between the recording and the uploading. Because the live actually was okay. Better now? Okay. Yeah, this is the camera from my laptop. It's not the greatest. I don't have a fancy camera. Okay. Robin's in. Robin's buys in DIY. She's one of my crafter friends. Hi, Kelly. She says she had that issue too. Practically Creative says that stutter is YouTube, I think. Yeah, I was wondering about that. But I'm trying to mitigate as much as possible. If I turn the iron, maybe just too glare. Like, I don't know. I'll turn it that way. I don't know. Oh, Robin says she got frozen. Oh, better now. Okay, thanks, Melissa. See, I don't know, like, thanks for telling me because I don't know what you guys see necessarily, right? She says she touched her exterior camera yesterday and knocked the whole camera out and had to restart. Oh, that's irritating. When I use the other camera, it's just an app on my phone when I switch cameras for you guys, and that actually doesn't do too bad. My phone's okay. The phone, it's not with StreamYard. No, I use it as an extra camera, and I switch back and forth, Melissa. It's Iriun, IRIUN. So I have the application on the laptop, and I have the app on the phone, and then they like cross-reference each other and correlate and all that kind of stuff. So yes, it is part of the live. I'm not using it today, but I have in the past. Like if I'm sewing or something. So sometimes I've had it set up where it's facing my cutting table, and then I switch to the other camera so you guys can see what I'm cutting. Or if I'm sewing something, I don't have anything to do today, so I did not set the other camera up. I'm only doing this one. Robin buys and Stia, yeah, she says you don't even need StreamYard if you're alone. Yes, true enough. But I've always used StreamYard successfully in the past, even if it was just me talking to you guys like this, and there was never a problem. It was fine before. And it was on this laptop. Who knows? Melissa says, I think YouTube is really pushing what they call vertical lives directly from your phone. Well, I don't have YouTube on my phone. I don't have the app on my phone. There's limited stuff that I can see successfully. You know, trying to do a little fiddly crap on my phone is not going to happen. I don't care what YouTube wants. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, Robin. You can go to the YouTube live section, which I can do, possibly. This is another experiment to see what happens when this replay goes up. But in order to have as much space available for StreamYard and YouTube to use on my laptop, this is the only thing that's running, and I dumped a whole bunch of other old files that I did not need anymore. Free up space, possibly. Maybe that will help. Maybe it won't. We're trying this out. I do not have OBS, Robin. I'm not techy enough for that. I don't do that. I don't have time to deal with it. I can't afford all that stuff. I can't afford loads of cameras. What I hope to do is maybe ask my family for a remote mic for Christmas. Maybe. So if I'm over there cutting, you can still hear me, but that's about it. Vertical lives put you in the shorts feed. Yeah, well, I hate that. I think it looks dumb. But you need the hashtag shorts in the title. Yeah. If I've done stuff short-ish, I put shorts in the title. It's one of the hashtags I use. I know that. It's free. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and Melissa says, Robin, you don't have to do the hashtag anymore. Oh, okay. I don't do that much short anyway, so it doesn't bother me. I know I probably could amp up my channel a bit more and do more tech stuff and make it better, but I don't have time or the cash for that. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to deal with me the way I am, and YouTube is going to have to deal with me the way I am, and it is what it is. I get emails from YouTube people all the time about do this to make your channel better and do that and do this, and you're not on the search thing. And stop bothering me. I don't care. This is for fun. Melissa says, I've done at least one short a day for over 2 years. Yeah, I know. That's cool. And you're good at it. And you have good lighting and you're perfect. Great. Excellent. I do watch them. I don't always comment, but I watch them. Kathy says, same here. Joe says, you tell him. Oh, I mean, I know people are trying to help. I get that. But I just do what I do. This is my channel. I do it my way. Enough people seem to like it. Melissa says, I'm not perfect at all. Sometimes I wonder why they do well. That's because it's you, Melissa. Like, you're personable and people like you. That's usually why I watch people's channels. It's because of the person. Kind of what they're doing, but usually it's because of the person. Okay, sweetie. Melissa says every channel and creator is different. You do you. That's what I'm doing. You're welcome, Melissa. But absolutely, that's why. And some people's channels I watch more religiously than others, and some I don't. I mean, I enjoy lots of different content. Interesting people doing interesting stuff. It's cool. But all you guys are my friends, and that, like, that's why I kind of keep up with you, right? The people you see all the time on lives and stuff. Those are the people I kind of pay attention to. Mostly. I have to get better doing comments, though. I suck at that. But I do watch you. So you're getting watch hours out of me. Just maybe not a comment, which I should be better at. Melissa says, I watch everything from sewing to pressure washing to log cabin building. Interesting. Yes. See, there's interesting stuff on YouTube. Oh, thanks, Joe. She says I'm doing great. Yeah, I've gone down some odd rabbit holes on YouTube and went, oh, didn't know that. And YouTube knows and listens. At least I'm pretty sure the app does. I don't know what was. Oh, I know what it was. We were on the weekend. I forget when we're doing. You know how stuff comes up on TV. Anyway, we're watching something. It was Django Unchained. That's what came up. And seen it before, anyways. But Tony and I, my husband, we were making comments about, oh, Don Johnson was pretty good as the plantation owner guy. Right? Idle conversation. The app when I'm on the iPad, on the YouTube app, I'm getting Miami Vice videos all of a sudden. No, I used to watch that back in the day. Good show. I don't mind doing a little bit of nostalgia watching, but that had never come up on YouTube previous to that conversation we had. That's Google listening to you. Absolutely. Melissa, my watch hours are not fabulous. I think I'm 3,700 or something. Not a lot of my videos are like really super long, for one thing, for people to watch for a while, other than this, because we're nearly at an hour. I don't usually do long videos, or try not to do long videos. Sometimes my quilting videos are like 2 or 3 parts, just so it's not like hugely long. That the last one I did for the big blocks, I think I put that all together, and it's like 40 minutes or something, or half an hour. It's longer than usual. I probably should have broken that up into 2 parts. Oh, spooky, Joe says. I know, weird, right? Melissa says, I want to know who I'm friends with that watches videos about catching child predators. Oh. Close to the number. Yeah, I'm getting there. Sometimes when I'm in here sewing, I will put someone's playlist on the iPad and just like have it go, like I'm having company. But if you guys want me to specifically do yours, just tell me and I will. Melissa, I don't watch serial killer documentaries. I've watched them before, but I'm starting to get a bit more creeped out in my old age, so I don't do that anymore. Oh, Melissa says she runs hers and Sylvia's constantly. I love her voice. Yeah, she has a nice accent, right? See, Kathy, you probably have like massive watch hours because you do live all the time. Same, and Robin too. She does lots of lives. I've watched hers before. She does cool stuff. I bet you she has loads of hours too. Robin, if you're still on here. Oh, Laura says my husband and I tested the listening once. He just said ferret food. We don't have a ferret, and he only said it once. About 30 minutes later, he was getting ads for ferret food. Oh my goodness. Yes, you see, Kathy, right, because you're live all the time, right? That it helps. Yes, Kelly, I have over 4,000 hours a month. I don't even have 4,000 hours at all, like total. It's coming along, but I don't have that. Everyone here is going to have weird video suggestions today. Yes, Melissa, probably. Okay, for the last 5 minutes, everyone talk about random stuff. See what happens. Now I'm curious. What are we all going to find out? I'll have to look on my app in a little bit and see if ferret food's on there. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit and check. That's hilarious. Hot air balloons. Yeah, we should check back. Everybody send me an email later. That'd be funny. And same with anyone watching. If this replay turns out pretty good and you're all watching it, and you have weird stuff come up on your channel or Google or whatever, let me know. Oy. Oh. All right. Well, actually, since we've nearly been on for an hour, I should probably knock this off. I have to go do paperwork for my husband, so get something practical done. Melissa says, I think Google listens to the grocery orders too. I have a ton of videos about okra coming up on my homepage today. I don't like okra. The only thing I'm not even going to say her name because everybody knows, right? You know, the little device. Yeah. We use her for kitchen timers a lot. That's about it. We ask her stuff occasionally, but yeah, Kelly's going to do practical things today. Cool. Yeah. Not creative stuff, though, I don't think, Melissa. We'll see what the timing is. Kathy says, bye, Kelly, and everyone. Have a great weekend. Yes, everybody have a good weekend. I'll see you all around various YouTube spots. I'll catch everybody as I have time. And I'll check my replay in a little bit and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's all good. If not, I will do something different on the 5th, more than likely. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming. Happy sewing, everybody. Or happy crafting. Robin, I know you make cool stuff. You always got something neat going on. I'll try to catch one of your lives soon. What are you doing cosplay for? That was the last one I kind of passed by and went, oh, that's cool, and I didn't have time to watch it. I'll go back and have a look, though. Anyway, okay. Bye, everybody. Take care.